Hello YouTube. Looks like this card made me a liar last time, because in my previous video I told that the previous video gonna be the last one for that car, but looks like the convertible top transmission, which is located right in there, is gave up. Looks like the plastic gear is damaged, or maybe a few teeth are shredded. I don't know. Today I'm gonna try to fix it, because I already fixed the left transmission for the convertible top, and this time looks like it's time for the right one. I don't have much trust in the replacement gears I'm installing. All of them are coming from China. The original gear had like a metal insert which was molded inside the plastic gear. The Chinese gear is totally plastic without any metal insert. So what I think, when one of the side is letting go, it makes the other side works twice as hard, and in conjunction with the Chinese gear, hopefully it didn't damage the left side as well, which already been done, like I told you. So right now let's focus on removing this convertible top rod, and I'm gonna try to remove this clamshell rod, and then we'll remove this center nut that holds this lever in place, and we'll try to get the access to the bolts that are holding the transmission in place. The front bolt, if I'm not mistaken, it's hex 5 millimeters, and let me check if it's gonna be enough with a small. It's barely holding. All right. One more rubber thing in here, and it seems to me it should be slightly more simple to remove this pin instead of disconnecting this ball joint right here. May not necessarily be the case. So yeah, I'm not sure if it helped. I removed this pin here, but I also used my screwdriver, and I simply pry out this rod from this ball joint. It came off, fairly easily. So right now I'm gonna need to undo this nut, which looks to be like, pretty big one, maybe 18 mils. I'm gonna let you know in a moment what size is it. Okay, looks like it's 19 millimeter. What we have: remove this bolt, remove this lever, remove this cover, and we need to get the access to the transmission. We're gonna need to remove or somehow bend this cover. It's slightly tricky to get there. Guys, take a look. Quite a few pistachios here. So guys, I'm not sure if you can see anything. There is one bolt right in here, which appears to be probably 12 or 13 mils, and there is a bolt on the other side as well, same size. Let me grab some. I'm gonna grab sockets and come back. It's 13 mils. One nut. I forgot there is the third nut as well on the top, which I cannot see, but I can feel it. Sorry guys, the view is obstructed completely, but I mean, there is not much I can do. Okay, 3 nuts are out. Let's check if we can remove this transmission or not, or something else needs to be done. I don't recall already. Looks like there's just a simple clip for the cable. Let's use the screwdriver, hopefully. And plastic broke, the clip broke, but you know what you can do about it. Okay, the transmission is out. If some light will it improve the situation or worsen it? I'm not sure if it's flickers on camera or not. Hopefully it's not. And those dimples right here, I do remember they are fairly important for aligning the assembly back in place once we're done with the gear replacement, assuming there is the broken gear inside. I would like to make the small mark. I'm not sure if it's gonna be useful or not. The mark that's gonna show me the position of this slot right in here, because I guess there is the default position, which is this one, when you align that thing to this mark. But since our roof is opened now in a certain position, which is like this one, I assume it's better for us to put it in this position once we're gonna assemble it back, if it's gonna be possible. I remember it was quite tricky actually to put it back together. It took me quite a while to figure out Okay, and I can see the gear is cracked in here at least, and here and here, so we definitely need the new gear. And so those dimples, 1, 2, 3, supposed to be right in this position in order to put this cover back in place. And of course I'm gonna forget how it was positioned, but so all three been in between of those lines. Guys, remind me when it's gonna be the time to put it back together, or actually maybe it's gonna be easier to disassemble it like that. I'm gonna put it undisturbed somewhere. Okay, what I remember from my experience from the other side is that the hole in the replacement gear was smaller, and I need to use the file to make it slightly bigger because it wasn't spinning freely on this shaft. Let's check it. Looks like this is the case here as well. Yeah, it doesn't want to go in, and it's technically supposed to be fairly freely spinning. So I'm gonna take my time off camera. I'm gonna use rounded file and make this hole slightly bigger, so this insert would freely could be freely inserted, let's put it that way. So I made the hole slightly bigger, and now the gear goes onto the shaft with no problems. I'm gonna reuse this like a washer from the original gear to put it right on the shaft. I already put some new all-purpose grease to the gears, and now the main thing is to carefully put this contraption in place. Also make sure there is still this like washer right in here. Sometimes you can accidentally, you know, drop it or whatever, so make sure it's still there. I'll try to put it back in place in the same orientation. Now we need to, oh, by the way, there is a second washer for this shaft left in here also. Make sure not to lose it. So right now we need to align those dimples with those 1, 2, 3 holes, as well as this shaft. You see it's like a C shape. Make sure it's rotated in the proper direction. Also, when you do the driver's side, there is the sensor, I don't recall, probably somewhere here, and it reads this gear to determine what position, if the top is closed or not. So keep it in mind. So let's try to hold a second. Okay, don't see the dimples. Almost there. All right, and you see we kept the orientation of this assembly to the housing, which means it's still in the same spot when we disassemble it. And try not to disturb the spider gear. Try to remove it as the whole assembly, because if you will do, it's gonna be quite a bit trickier to put it back together. So if possible, remove it and install it as a one piece, the spider gear. There are like 3 little gears and the outer rings and whatnot. I'll probably gonna install it out of camera, because first of all there is so little space in there, you can barely see anything anyway. Plus you saw the disassemble process, which is the exact opposite. And I'll get back to you once I'll connect all the rods and we'll do the test run with you. Again, fingers crossed the second side is not damaged too. Alright, I'll see you shortly, guys. I put almost everything back in place except the convertible top itself. This 5mm hex nut is tightened. This ball joint is put together. This pin is put back together. Now I'm gonna release the cable, this one, so we can properly lower the rear portion of the convertible top. Okay, now we're gonna need to install the rain guard back in place, and in order to do that we just need this put here to do same thing from the other side. And now when probably error of the operation, error of the order of operations. I needed to put this like metal cable probably first. Where is it? Gave me the metal cable right here. And install it on the ball joint. Repeat the sequence on the other side. Cable, where's the hole? Give me the hole. Okay, there is the hole, I can see it. Attention, attention, cable is in the hole. Okay, ball joint again. Okay, and now we need to test the result. Oh my god, I am so worried that the left side is broken too. Okay, let's see. Okay. Also, I want to make sure that the clamshell is equal on both sides. Okay. This trim is always okay. Let me raise it slightly. this trim is always falling down. Probably need the replacement because it's always down. Okay, repeat. We have an inch on this side, and we have probably 3/4 of an inch on this side, so we need to adjust the cable slightly, and in order to adjust the cable we need to remove this pin just like that, remove the cable from the motor, and hold a second, theoretically we can even do it with the hand. We need to slightly raise it. I made some like few revolutions of the cable. Let's see how much of a difference does it make. Let's lower it again until the clamshell is almost open, because it's still need a couple more revolutions. I'm gonna do it off camera because it's, you know, slightly inconvenient, but you get the idea. So let's check out the operation. Undo the latch. Let's repeat the process in reverse. No more grinding noise or anything from that nature. All right. Guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully this video was useful for someone who having the same problem with the convertible top. The convertible top system on this 987 is much more simple than this Mercedes. It's got gazillion number of switches. It's got 7 hydraulic rams or cylinders, and it's crazy. It's much more difficult and more expensive to maintain CLK convertible top comparing to this Boxster. Very simple system, minimum of parts. So that's that. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.